Today I'm reviewing the SVS Ultra Evolution Center Channel speaker in piano gloss black. If at any point you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've been using this speaker as the voice anchor in my main home theater setup for a few weeks, watching dialogue-heavy movies, streaming TV shows, and mixing in some music playback. What I describe reflects how it actually performs in a real room, not just numbers off a spec sheet. Let's set expectations early. This isn't a small soundbar or a compact bookshelf speaker pretending to do everything. It's a dedicated center channel designed specifically to handle voices and front stage information in a multi-channel system. Its job is to make dialogue clear and grounded, and in that specific role it behaves predictably. On real-world performance, this speaker delivers a sense of presence I've found notably steadier than many budget center channels I've lived with. Speech comes through with good definition, and the midrange feels coherent rather than thin. In scenes with rapid shifts, someone whispering followed by loud effects, the pacing stays composed and avoids sudden jumps that distract from what's on screen. Tonally, it leans toward balance rather than bright forwardness. That means voices sound natural without being overly emphasized. Sound effects integrate smoothly with matched left/right fronts. In my setup, a modest room with moderate acoustics, the imaging felt anchored. Dialogue didn't bounce around or disappear off the center axis as often happens with lesser designs. Build and usability are straightforward and sensible. The piano gloss black finish looks refined without feeling showy, and the cabinet feels solid in hand. Placement nearby or beneath the screen is simple, and connecting it to an AVR for level and crossover calibration was routine. Now to limitations, honestly. This speaker doesn't produce deep bass on its own. That's neither its strength nor its primary role. For impactful low-end weight in movies or music, pairing it with a decent powered subwoofer is what I describe as realistic for a full-range home theater experience. On its own, the bottom end stays controlled and present but won't shake a room by itself. Another trade-off is size and matching. In setups where the left/right fronts are much larger or tonally different, you may find some mismatch unless your AVR's room correction and EQ are dialed in carefully. It doesn't self-equalize against every front pair, it behaves according to its design and needs good matching. Comparing it reasonably versus alternatives, many center channels at lower price points focus on presence by boosting treble or overemphasizing certain bands. This one stays steadier and more neutral in everyday listening. Against pricier flagship center channels from other hi-fi brands, those may offer a touch more extension or power handling, but for its class, this feels solidly integrated rather than just louder. So who this makes sense for is quite clear. If you're building or upgrading a multi-channel surround system and want dialogue that feels grounded, natural, and steady without artificial brightness, this speaker fits that niche. If your priority is single-piece front imaging or maximum bass impact from the center alone, you'll need to think in conjunction with subwoofers and matched fronts. In measured, real-life terms, the SVS Ultra Evolution Center Channel does what a center should, anchor speech and front imaging in a way that feels consistent and composed. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.